everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about the dilithium daily missions and how you can make sure that you get your 8,000 dilithium per day. The first and probably easiest dilithium mission can be found in the circular building at the north end of Starfleet Academy. To do this mission, talk to Commander Viala and then use the consoles across from Lieutenant Farah. The answers to all of these questions can be found on the lore page on the STO wiki. For answering the question correctly, you will gain 480 dilithium. The next group of daily missions can be completed in the Eta Eridani sector block. To gain access to these missions, you will have had to have completed the Spectre's story as part of the Klingon War. Each of these missions should take about 5 minutes and will reward 480 dilithium. The first mission is called Defense Contract, and it can be acquired by speaking to the Ferengi near the Elahena system. In this mission, you will have to fight off 3 waves of Cardassians as they attempt to destroy 3 deuterium supply tanks. In addition to the dilithium rewards in this mission, you will gain 1 deuterium surplus canister, as well as a deuterium surplus canister for each tank that survives the mission. These devices are basically a free evasive maneuver. The next mission is the Shamar distress signal, and it can be found at the Shamar freighter, which is usually near the Zibal system. In this mission, you will defend the freighter from 3 waves of true wave forces. These are going to be a mix of Cardassian and Jem'Hadar ships. The last mission here is called Satellite Repair and can be found in the Trayla system. To get this mission, you will need to speak to Franklin Drake from the Available Missions tab under the Hail Starfleet button. This mission revolves around repairing 3 satellites. To repair the first satellite, select the third option, and then the last option, and then the first option, and then the only remaining option. To repair the second satellite, select the first option, and then the first option again, and then the only remaining option. For the final satellite, you will have to beam over an away team to repair the satellite. Once the away team is beamed over, you will be ambushed by a group of Jem'Hadar and Cardassian ships, and you will have to defend the satellite until they are all destroyed. The next group of missions take place in the Aurelius sector block, and to complete them you will need to have completed parts of the Breen invasion storyline. The first mission will reward 1,440 dilithium, and the other 2 missions will reward 480 dilithium each. For completing all of the missions in the Aurelius sector block, you should gain 2,400 dilithium. The first mission is called Aiding the Defari and is broken up into 3 different maps. The first part is in the Kalvani Belt. Once you arrive, you will have to investigate a distress call, destroy some mines, and then destroy the 5 groups of Breen ships that warp in around the area. The next one is at Defari Outpost 3. Here you will have to defeat 6 groups of Breen, and then talk to the station, and then you can warp out. The next map is much like the Shamar. It's actually a ship that's moving between the Manik system and the Defra system, and it's called Defari Patrols. Once you arrive, you will find that there are 5 Defari ships that are being attacked by Breen. To complete this map, you will need to destroy all of the Breen. However, you do not need to save all of the Defari. The next mission can be found in the Zarya system and is called Emancipation. To complete this mission, you will have to beam down to the surface and then transport prisoners out of the cells. You will also need to defeat 3 groups of guards that are scattered around the map. And the last thing you will have to do is you will either have to upload a virus to Breen computers, tag ore samples, or plant spatial charges. Each of these will have an object in each of the 3 big rooms that you have to interact with. The last mission is called Rescue Defari Captives, and it is quite possibly the easiest dilithium mission. Like the Shimur and the Defari patrols, this is a Breen ship moving through the sector, and it can usually be found traveling between the Reva system and the Kelvani belt. When you confront the ship, ask to speak to the Defari. After you've spoken to the Defari, then you can suggest a trade, and they will ask you to provide them with 1,000 gold pressed latinum. Don't pay the latinum. Instead, suggest something else, and when they don't like your other option, select the Find Another Way option, and you will get to do a deflector pulse. Once you fire off the deflector pulse, you will have 20 seconds to beam the Defari aboard. Once the Defari are aboard, you can either provoke the Breen and take them out, or you can just leave the system. The next 3 missions take place in the Nimbus system in the Taudewa sector block. All 3 of these missions can be obtained by speaking with Yolan Muck in the bar in Paradise City. The first mission will reward between 1 and 680 dilithium, and the remaining 2 will reward 480 dilithium. If you complete all of the missions on Nimbus, you should gain 1,640 dilithium. The first mission is called Creatures of the Desert, and to do this, you will have to go behind Paradise City and interact with devices. These devices will cause a number of enemies to come and fight you. If you kill more than 40 enemies in 2 minutes, you will gain 680 dilithium. The next mission is called Orion Contraband, and for this mission you will have to run around Paradise City and find 5 stashes of Orion Contraband. This mission is much easier if you're a tactical toon and have motion accelerator, or if you are skilled with the ice boots. The next mission is called On the Desert Front, and it will cause a group of Orion to spawn somewhere on Nimbus 3. Unfortunately, I have no video of this because the Orions were killed before I got to them every time I tried to record this. Another good area to get dilithium is on New Romulus, where there are lots and lots of daily missions. About 7 of these missions involve rather tedious things, including fixing things around the staging area, spraying bugs, gathering rocks, identifying life forms, and that sort of thing. There are also 3 normal ground combat missions to be completed through the area. All of these missions, except for one, give you 480 dilithium, and that one mission gives you 320 dilithium. If you complete all of the missions on New Romulus, you will get 4,640 dilithium. The first is Mountain Base, where you will go and fight off the Tal Shiar in the mountains. The next are the overgrown caves, in which you will go and help the Romulans clear out some caves and fight off Tholians. And the last is where you go underground and you try and fight off the Tholians and secure an ancient device. Unlike all of the other missions here, however, you will need to get an EV suit. Another good place to get dilithium is on Nucara. Nucara is split into 2 areas. There's the cave and then the outside. Each area has 2 easy missions, 2 medium missions, and 2 zone missions. Each easy mission will reward 360 dilithium, each medium mission will reward 600 dilithium, and each zone mission will reward 480 dilithium. Completing only the easy and medium missions on Nucara will reward 3,840 dilithium. Completing those and the zone missions will reward 4,800 dilithium. The first easy mission in the caves involves rescuing 20 prisoners from the Tholians. This is done by interacting with the consoles in one of the rooms right off the side of the main chamber. The next easy mission involves questioning Mirror Universe captives about devices found in the pits on the 4 corners of the map. If you know the story, then this mission should be done fairly quickly. If you don't, it may take you a little bit longer. On both Level 1 and Level 2, you will notice glowing crystals. You can interact with these crystals to play the mining minigame. Completing this minigame will give you crystal fragments that will count towards the 375 crystal fragments that you need for the zone-wide mission. For the medium missions, you will need to go back into the middle room and take the elevator down to Level 2. Once there, the Tholians that you kill will start dropping Tholian technology reports. Gathering 40 of these reports will complete one of the medium missions. The other medium mission involves destroying stolen technology. These can be devices that appear on top of crates, or devices that you can interact with deeper into Level 2. On the outside, the first easy mission is called Industrial Espionage, and you can complete it by collecting 30 Tholian science reports from Tholians that you kill. The other easy mission on the outside is destroying the Tholian scanning devices. In the area around Camp Bravo, you will see a number of Tholian webs up on the cliffside. By shooting these webs, you'll notice that they will drop Starfleet personnel in EV suits. If you go talk to them, they will be freed and they will transport away. To complete the Rescuing Red Shirts mission, you will need to rescue at least 15 of these officers. The other medium mission is called Closing Doors, and the goal is to close the rifts around this area. To do this, you will need to kill the Tholians around the area, and they will drop the Tholian shutdown codes. Once you have 3 shutdown codes, you can go over to one of the rifts, and you can interact with the 3 devices around the rift. Once you have shut down the 3 devices, the rift will be closed. Repeat this process 15 times, and you will complete the next medium mission. The zone-wide mission here will either be collecting minerals, or defeating an awful lot of Tholians. The next area is quite possibly the best way to get dilithium quickly, and that is the Voth Battle Zone. The first daily mission here will reward 240 dilithium. Another will reward 480, another will reward 960, and a final one will reward up to 960. The 240 dilithium mission is just to acquire Battle Zone command credits. This will likely be done as you complete other missions within the Battle Zone. The next mission is to call in reinforcements. To do this, you will need to call in 100 command credits worth of reinforcements. To call in reinforcements, you will need to go to a zone that is already captured, and then click the Call in Reinforcements button, and then select the type of reinforcements you would like to call in. The 960 dilithium mission is called Secure Voth Points, and it can be completed in 2 ways. The first way is to capture 2 points in the zone assigned by the mission, and the second way is to capture 2 points with a team anywhere on the map. In addition to this, for each point that you help capture, you will gain 60 dilithium. For each VREX you help defeat, you will gain 480 dilithium. And if your team defeats all 3 VREXs, you will gain 1,680 dilithium. If you complete all of the missions in the Voth Battle Zone, capture 2 points, defeat a single VREX, and your team takes out the remaining 2 VREXs, you will gain 4,920 dilithium. That is over half of the daily refining cap. If you prefer your Dyson Sphere adventures to be in space, there are a few missions that you can do as well. The Allied Zone Daily is a short mission that will usually involve killing a few Voth, and it will reward 320 dilithium. The contested zone will require a little bit more help, and you will actually need a team to complete this. To complete this zone, you will need to control 4 areas. This can be done by defeating the Voth around the area, and then hanging around until you gain control. Once you have full control of the zone, a large Voth fleet will warp in, and you will need to destroy 4 dreadnoughts and the ships that surround them before they reach the other side of the map. For doing this, you will gain 480 dilithium. In addition, there is also the Undine Space Battleground. For each zone that you help control, you will gain up to 60 dilithium. For each planet killer that you help take out, you can also gain up to 60 dilithium. If the team that you are with takes out all 3 planet killers, you will gain 1,680 dilithium. The next missions are red alerts. The red alerts can be found in almost any sector block. These missions will give you 720 dilithium per day per sector block that you complete them in. When you start this mission, you will be confronted with a whole bunch of Borg vessels. You will need to defeat 4 groups of these Borg vessels. Once you defeat the 4 groups, a Borg Unimatrix will warp in, supported by a few regeneration probes. After you defeat the regeneration probes and the Unimatrix, you can leave the system and claim your 720 dilithium. My next tip involves running a single mission in the Foundry to reward 2,880 dilithium. Before you start the mission, you should go to the Available Missions tab under the Hail Starfleet button and select the Investigate Officer Reports. To complete this mission, you will need to complete a single Foundry mission, and this will earn you 960 dilithium. In addition, if you make that mission a Spotlight mission, you will earn 1,440 dilithium for completing the Spotlight mission. For missions that take more than 15 minutes to complete, and Cryptic has not disabled the rewards, you will gain at least 480 dilithium. I normally run Sword of the Kuvamog, which starts in the Regulus system in the Regulus sector block. I run this mission because with decent gear it's rather quick and I can take a few minute break right in the middle. There is also a more manual way to get your dilithium, by actually going out and mining it yourself. Completing the asteroid mining mission at the Vlugta asteroid field near Deepspace 9 will give you between 125 dilithium and 1,000 dilithium. These rewards are dependent on how well you do in the mining minigame. You will have to play this game 5 times to complete the mining mission. In addition, for those of you opening the lockboxes, you may also get rich dilithium claims. These can be turned in here to mine rich dilithium crystals, which will give you up to 5,000 dilithium. For those of you who would like to get fitted for your straitjacket a little bit sooner, you can go over to our dilithium mine, where you can do 2 more mining missions. These missions will also require you to mine 5 crystals and can give you up to 1,000 dilithium for each mission that you complete. There is also a 3rd mining mission where you can go and mine 1 crystal for 460 dilithium. Completing all of these dilithium mining missions will give you 3,460 dilithium, or 8,460 dilithium if you have a rich dilithium mining claim. While at the Fleet Dilithium mine, you can also talk with one of the miners and get a duty officer mission that will reward 500 dilithium, called Mine the Dilithium Motherlode. For those of you following this guide who have already reached your 8,000 for the day, you can also complete a duty officer mission here called Process Unrefined Dilithium to refine an additional 500 dilithium per day. If 8,500 dilithium per day is not quite enough, for the lifetime and 800-day gold subscribers, you can also go to Starfleet Academy and speak to the veteran dilithium refiner to refine 1,000 unrefined dilithium. This mission has a 2-day cooldown, which brings your total dilithium per day to 9,000 dilithium. For those of you who would like to earn your dilithium a little bit more passively, you can also do that through the duty officer system. For those of you who want to do this, it's recommended that you start a Klingon character. This is because Klingon characters have access to a lot of missions that reward contraband, and contraband can be turned into a lot of dilithium very quickly. To see which missions reward contraband, you should go to the contraband page on the STO wiki by talking to the security officers on DS9, Kronos, or ESD, you can turn 5 contraband into 2,000 dilithium. This can be done by starting the Turn Over Confiscated Contraband mission. In addition to having easier access to contraband, the KDF also have easier access to prisoners and duty officer missions that reward higher dilithium for prisoners. To see which missions reward prisoners, you should go to the prisoner page on the STO wiki. By doing the forced labor requisition mission, available in Eta Eridani, Regulus, and Picanus, the KDF characters can turn 4 prisoners into 500 dilithium. You can also do a mission at the security officers to turn 10 prisoners into 1,000 dilithium. This worst rate is offset by the fact that if you critical on this one, you will get 2,500 dilithium. KDF characters can also do a duty officer mission called Execute Mutineers, which will take 5 of any duty officer and turn them into 750 dilithium. However, as you might guess from the name, they are permanently removed from the roster. Where Federation characters are able to get a leg up on the Klingons is with the colonists. Running the assignment Resettle Colonists will reward you with 5 colonists. The missions Relocate Colonists, Transport Settlers, and Grant Passage to Colonists will each give 500 dilithium for 5 colonists. However, if you critical, each one of these missions will give you 1,500 dilithium. Both the Fed and the Klingons will have access to a mission called Deliver Prototype Technology to Allies in the Gamma Quadrant. This mission will likely be very expensive as it takes one of each of the prototype plans, but it will give you 1,000 dilithium, or 4,000 if you critical. For those of you with multiple toons, you may be wondering how you can go about transferring your dilithium from one toon to another. If you pull up your inventory and click on the Assets button, and look under the dilithium section, you'll see a button that says Exchange. When you click on Exchange, you will get access to the Dilithium Exchange, and this is where people can turn their dilithium into Zen. By setting your dilithium per Zen much lower than what people are actually buying at the moment, and then putting the amount of dilithium you would like to transfer in the total dilithium to sell, and clicking Submit Offer to Buy, you can put dilithium up on the exchange. With another toon, you can then click Cancel Offer and Withdraw, and then select Withdraw All to withdraw dilithium from the exchange and transfer your dilithium between your characters.